Hi folks, now that it's acorn season, I start to adjust my ears to filter out the single knocks that I hear in my recordings a little more, depending upon the volume of the single knock, of course. Not helping the matter, this past February we had one of the worst ice storms in the past 40 years up here in northwest Wisconsin, and there was considerable tree damage from that, and there are still a lot of widowmakers hung up in the canopy from that storm that are just waiting to come down, which can make for a lot of suspicious noise. And I'm keenly aware of that process and take that into account every time I hear a knock. I'll never look at a tree arch the same way again either. The millions of arches that were created by this storm alone, just in my neck of the woods, might last for decades. Anyways, back to the knocking. I'm still asserting that knocks are the best way to determine if you have activity in your area, air quotes around activity, and the best measure to separate the natural from the is a common theme that these UFBs like to utilize when communicating with one another, a theme I call the knock response. A knock by itself can happen by means of a myriad of natural processes, but when one is heard immediately after another with a distinctly different tone from the first, it starts to dwindle down the random event explanation thing. Adding to that, in almost every case when I hear a knock response, I hear multiples of these correspondences, sometimes lasting for hours. Some have intricate combinations of tones, even vocals thrown in there. I've documented and shared tons of these interactions. Too much for me to cite right now. Sorry. I guess it's the red pill for those of you who have yet to binge. I know that a lot of you are thinking of getting to this hobby yourselves and are wondering about what to listen for and what things to ignore as natural, etc., etc. So my point to that is, and to sum up my thoughts regarding knocks, I still think knocks are the best sign you can hear. A sign that tells you as a listener to slow down and listen a little closer. But if you hear only one, it's probably natural deadfall. But if you start hearing combinations of knocks, like the ones I'm going to share with you today, even subtle ones, sit up straight in your chair, put on another pot of coffee, and get your headphones on, and slow down the rate at which you filter through your audio, because odds are you're going to hear more of these knock responses. Themes. Remember that video? When it rains, it pours, folks. Well, without further ado, here's some funny business I recorded in the morning hours of August the 4th of 2022 in the Chequamegon National Forest in northwest Wisconsin. This is the most remote location in the Chequamegon I have yet to sample. I will play the suspicious sounds in chronological order. These are not in order of significance. Well, that's it for now. I haven't listened to everything from this spot yet. This was just a 12-hour sample. I still have about 28 more hours that I haven't touched. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry that some of you aren't getting notifications when I put new videos out. I think YT is making an effort to squash channels like mine. So every little bit of support on your end helps. Thank you.